Hello guys, welcome back to the Chelsea Godfathers. The Chelsea Godfather reporting back to duty. Guys, it's been a while. Y'all can see the European hat. I've been away on vacay for 2 weeks. I went through about four, if not five, European countries: Greece, Spain, France, Italy. So was that four? Oh, and England too. I actually spent one night in England, in London as well. So yeah, it's been a while. It's been a minute, just off and on. In fairness, half of my trip was on a cruise, liner. So that's how I got to basically tour, Europe. And so, as you guys can imagine, I've just really been tied up with the family, wife and kids. You got to get locked in. I mean, they don't want you using the phone and whatnot. So I had to unplug. And while I was unplugged, a lot happened in the last 2 weeks. And it's not going to be fair for me or for, Chelsea fans if I jump into players and whatnot without addressing the obvious issue right now, which is the issue of our player ENZO Fernandez, who I was happy that I was rooting for Enzo and Argentina to win. Obviously, I was rooting also for our boy, Caicedo and Paez, but then they lost out to Argentina, I believe, in the semifinals or the quarterfinals. I'm not sure which one it was. I think it may have been in the semifinals. And so then, it became obvious. We just I have to put my whole support behind our Chelsea guy, Enzo, and hope that he wins the Copa America for Argentina, and that's what happened. So I was so happy for Enzo. And of course, I'm on the boat, and I don't know what had happened, like about a day or two afterwards, until I arrived back home, and boom, it's like fire everywhere. I mean, talking about Enzo being not so smart. I don't know what Enzo was, thinking. And in effect, what had happened was he was on a team bus after they had won the Copa in America. Obviously, the players are super thrilled, super happy. Nothing wrong with that. But everything begins to go left when the Argentine players begin to sing what, if you understand what it really means, it's racist. It has racist connotations. That song, talking about where they, call out the black players from France and question whether are they really French or are they African. And we know what that means. Those of us, right, who have African heritage, but were born in another country, right? Are you African or are you from the other from your country of birth? Now, there's no issue with regards to that. The issue arises, right? The issue arises where there can be attributed intent from the folks who are singing the song, right? There's nothing wrong with saying, oh, that most of the French players are of African descent, because that is a fact. Whether or not, regardless of the fact that most of them were actually born in France and are French, they are French, but the fact is that their roots are easily traceable to Africa. There's nothing racist about that, but the racism arises when you mock the players based on their heritage, and the heritage is linked towards their skin, color, right? Their heritage is linked to the skin color, and we know historically what that means. That's the issue. That is, it's not an issue of whether can a black that a black person cannot be racist. The issue is the historical context of racism, right? And that is what basically makes the song wrong. That's what makes that song wrong. And now had Enzo just sang the song, I'm not saying that it's right, but had he just sang, just you feel me, chanting and whatnot in the bus with his teammates, and the video wasn't posted, right? And maybe some folks that said, hey, that these guys sang the song, but there's no video. You and I know that there wouldn't have been much of any. There would have been very little outcry. Not saying that there wouldn't have been, but it wouldn't have been as blown up as it is right now. But the issue is that Enzo was not, he wasn't, smart enough, and he went ahead and posted him singing the video on his Instagram, or is it on his Twitter page? I can't remember which one. And that's what basically added fuel to the fire. And then, obviously, after the fact, because you guys already know, like more than half of our players are of African descent. I mean, we have a lot of black players. Let's just keep it real. We have a lot of French black players. We have a lot of French black players. I mean, we have Gusto, we have Nkunku, Badashil, Disasi, and of course Wesley. Fofana. I'm probably missing. I think Ugo Chukwu, even though his parents are Nigerian. I mean, I think he also plays for the French youth team. So we have a lot. We have a lot of black players of African descent, and so that just wasn't smart. That wasn't smart. I mean, we're not even going to talk about the other players who are also not French, but also of African descent as well, right? So, I mean, that was, I even forgot, Lavia, I'm not even sure which, is he, Portuguese or French? I can't, guys, I'm still on vacay mode. Don't come for me. But the point being that we have a lot of black players. This is always going to be a massive issue. And somebody had to say something, and thankfully Wesley Fofana said something, right? He said something, and players, right? A number of players lined up behind West, and have apparently have followed Enzo on whether Twitter or IG or what have you. But the point is, it's going from worse to bad. Let's just keep it real. And now, credit to Enzo, I believe yesterday or so, he released a statement where he gave a full apology and accepted responsibility over his conduct. And so that was the first right step. Now Chelsea as an organization internally has to address this. There's nothing, like, you cannot look the other way. Like, I mean, Chelsea Football Club is one of the most diverse teams, big teams in the world, and especially ever since, I mean, it's just been that way. I mean, I'm not going to talk about Roman, because even before Roman arrived, we still had a fairly diverse squad, and after Roman is like fully diverse. And so this is an issue that is going to have to be handled and addressed. And personally, I feel like this is a situation where you don't throw away the baby with the bath water. I don't feel like, call me naive, or call me with my blue tinted glasses, but I don't feel like Enzo fully appreciated the far-reaching effects and consequences of his conduct when he was singing that song and releasing it online. Had he known, he wouldn't have done it. Had he known, he wouldn't have done it. And so he did not know any better. Does it make him I don't see him I don't see him as a racist player. I really don't. I just see him as a naive person who doesn't fully have a full grasp of the limits and extents of racist, potentially racist conduct. And so therefore it's a learning situation for Enzo and for Chelsea Football Club. I feel like time and subsequent conduct, right, by Enzo, and how he relates with his teammates when he gets in the locker room, makes a face-to-face apology, addresses his teammates, his friends from that are French, African of African descent. He's gonna have to say, "Hey, homie, sorry guys, I didn't really mean it that way. I'm really sorry, guys." And that's the way he's gonna have to address it. And he just the way that he relates to them on and off the pitch. Over time, the wounds will be healed, and Chelsea FC is gonna become better and stronger as a result of this incident. That's all I have, guys. How do you all feel? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? If you want to tear me up, leave your comments below. Thank you. God bless y'all. Peace.